Ever since Avengers Endgame came out, the MCU has been in shambles and there hasn't been one good project. Citation needed. So the entire weight of carrying the MCU and the pressure to save the MCU lies on Shawn Levy's back, and now he addresses that pressure. People have a lot of issues misunderstanding when we say the MCU is fine, but has problems. People only hear one thing or the other. So let me try to clarify this. The MCU is fine because more of their projects are successful than are not. If a majority of their projects were not successful and, well, reviewed badly, then they would not be fine. See the DCEU circa middle of its life. Now let's talk about Deadpool 3, because the perception is nothing since Endgame has been good. Absolutely nothing. I've actually seen people go back on Loki, on WandaVision, on Spider-Man, on Shang-Chi, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Moon Knight. You know, it just happens. After a little bit of time, now we just kind of hate the thing we were hyped for because, hey, we gotta be contrarians. So it's down to Deadpool and Wolverine to officially save the MCU. And wouldn't you know, a reporter actually asked Shawn Levy about the pressure of saving the MCU. So Total Film Magazine was like, hey, look, tell us what it's like to be the first R-rated MCU film. But also, what's the pressure like to be the film, the standalone MCU film this year that's essentially got to keep carrying the brand and, well, reposition the brand to a whole new fan base, but also, quote-unquote, save it in terms of box office and what's going on. Now, we recently talked about it, and I actually made a lengthy video on the box office this year, which should be hitting, I think, this weekend. I have it scheduled for, and I suggest you guys watch that because I go in depth with what's going on. But he essentially says he doesn't really have an idea in terms of what he expects from this and what people are expecting from it, and that expectations are, well, tempered for him, because he doesn't know. This might be the film that people want, it might not be, and we're not going to know up until we see the reception from the critics, the fans, and the box office, so nothing is a surefire thing. And he says when he sees people talking about how the MCU's lost its way, how they've lost the direction, how he doesn't know what the MCU is supposed to be, and they don't know, like they're accusing them of not knowing, he says, well, the MCU is always about surprises. Can it break the mold and offer something different, like previous films? Obviously, you know, Guardians, Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, Shang-Chi, even Eternals. It broke the mold. It was the first rotten MCU film, so, you know, it did something. So that's what he's saying. Expectations are high, and he hopes he can deliver, and in a way, yeah, he feels the pressure because this is Marvel's standalone project. I mean, they're banking big on this one, and a lot of people think it's not going to hit $1 billion. And we know if an MCU film doesn't hit $1 billion, it's considered a failure. Well, by the internet, not by the studios, but we'll see what the, perception of this film's success is once it's done its theatrical run.